you're making about $35,000 a year.
Wow.
Just by going to sleep. That's passive income. If you ask
Literally,
me.
literally.
That's a vibe. It's a vibe. And that's a vibe.
It's your boy Shorts.
What's up? It's Chris Gatsby.
It's your girl Jazzo.
And you're at
The
Vibe
Vibe
Spot.
Come and catch a vibe. What's up, vibers? Today we have a very special guest, Joe Luck. He's here to talk to us about cryptocurrency and NFTs and maybe give us a better look and insight and then maybe some things that we should know that we don't know now. He's also an NFT creator, which is pretty cool, and overall crypto enthusiast. Is that correct?
Absolutely, it is.
Fire.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I can't even say how appreciative I am for being on you guys.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
No
Thank you for
problem,
being our
no
guest.
problem.
Thank you.
Awesome. So yeah, you're hearing a lot about cryptocurrency in the news. You're hearing a lot about NFTs, and I think we all thought it was important to actually bring some information. What is one of the things that you think people need to know that maybe they're getting the wrong information now, and then they should think this way?
That they were wrong about the internet when they said it wasn't going to happen in the early 90s. That's the same thing that they're saying right now about NFTs. I mean, NFTs have limitless potential. I mean, the smart contracts, I mean, people only associate them with Bitcoin and Ethereum, but there's a ton of other coins out there that people don't even realize.
Interesting.
I mean, they don't even realize there's ecosystems built that are going to literally transform the medical industry, the automotive industry. They're attached to everything. We're already using them. We're literally already using them, and we don't even realize it.
Interesting. Wow. What are some of the aspects of these NFTs that you think are going to grow in the next 5 years? You mentioned a couple different hospitals, different places.
I'd say smart contracts. I'd say eventually in the next few years, people are going to realize that they're no longer going to need banks. I mean, literally, they're not. These all smart contracts, they're peer-to-peer. It's decentralized. It's not one person running it like we have today. I mean, it's decentralized. So everybody literally that owns a coin has a piece of that company if you want to consider that crypto coin a company.
Wow. Let's pull it back for a second. I know we just like to just dive into it in the vibe spot, but let's go back to
wait.
No.
Let's go back to the very beginning. Can I ask you a question?
What the hell is an NFT?
There you go. That's exactly what is that?
There we go. All right. So
I have no idea.
What are we talking about here?
basically, what an NFT is, it's a non-fungible token. To the public, everybody, they see these little cute pieces of art, and then you're seeing all these celebrities have their hands on them, and they're wondering if they should buy a house or they should buy an NFT with a little ape on it. Well, it's the reason you're seeing these things is because they're starting to understand that the people around them that are making them money are starting to realize the potential for NFTs. That's really what it is, and it's the investments, guys. These are investments. This is potential future real estate. This is potential. I mean, future. You name it. It's limitless, and I don't mean to just keep saying limitless. It's just it's
limitless.
applications can apply to everything and anything. I mean, from the automotive industry to autonomous cars to healthcare, like I was mentioning before. I mean, literally, when you walk into the doctor's office and they have the tablet, they pull it up and they have all your information already. It's blockchain. It's blockchain technology.
Oh, that's blockchain.
You're already using it. It's already, the infrastructure is already there. So when you hear people, they get confused. They are, the dollar will never be replaced. Well, it's not really the dollar. It's supposed to be gold. That got screwed up by Nixon. Let's not really go there and say, taking us off the gold standard. So, we promised the world 100% of our money always backed by gold. Promised them. And then what? We said, we pretty much threw the finger up at the world. And since then, deflation's killing us. It's wiping us out.
That's a fact.
Cryptocurrency is, I'm not going to say it's going to replace the dollar. I think that's where people go, oh, it's never going to replace the dollar. Well, it's not really trying to replace the dollar. It
serves its own purpose.
It serves its own purpose. And everything's got its own ecosystem like we do.
Right.
Everything has its own ecosystem and will. You're going to be able to focus, assets to one place and make sure there's no fraudulent there. Now, I could sit here and tell you all the pretty stuff that it's going to be. There can be a downside to crypto.
What are the downsides?
Downside is there's certain people in certain places that I'm sure are doing certain things that they don't want people to know about. Well, there's one way to secure it, is to secure it with crypto, with blockchain, and that's what people don't understand about Bitcoin being a bank. It's nothing more than a bank. You read the actual description of it.
Bitcoin's a bank?
It's a bank. It's no more
than
a
bank. How is Bitcoin a bank?
Because you can borrow from it. You can lend to it. You give them your Bitcoin. They literally will earn you interest on it. I mean, the infrastructure built to earn people money and store information is no different than a bank. No different. No different.
So interesting.
And people get caught up with the whole coin. You're not holding the coin. That's not what it is. Today, it's not It's not gold. It's not these things, and that's what I'm trying to share with people. It's information. They've
Right,
been fighting for it for the last 25 years. Freedom of Information Act, literally nonstop. They've been fighting for this information, and now all of a sudden, what's the most important thing everybody wants their hands on? Information.
Yeah, you see what Meta did. You see,
that's really what it is. It looked Facebook.
That's what I'm saying.
That metaverse.
They say that you are worth more than your weight in gold. Your information is worth more than your weight in gold, because once they understand you, they know what you're gonna buy, right? They know what you're gonna do before you do it, because people are very. They do the same thing over and over again. They're very predictable.
Oh, you better believe they got algorithms built for all of us.
Every
one of us, they got an algorithm built for us.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the thing they just did on Netflix. They just did that documentary, like they literally track the social dilemma. I mean, they're literally putting it into your face and telling you, like, but there's nobody listens to it. They'll watch it, they'll take it, but they won't take the information in.
Right.
And I just don't understand it. Like literally everything that you do, and I'll tell you this: you literally go on TikTok. It's one of the most beautiful algorithms I've ever seen. And there's a thing called TikTok jail. Have you ever been there?
Yeah.
TikTok jail, where you're scrolling and you can't get out of a certain subject, and you're just stuck in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're stuck there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's an algorithm. You get stuck in those places, and it's beautifully made. The only problem and scary part is, and there's no hate to anything, but there is an information battle between China and the United States.
Yeah.
And TikTok is a China-based information algorithm. And what is it doing? Sitting there storing all of our information.
India banned it. It got banned in India. There was talk about banning TikTok in America, and then something happened when they switched businesses around or whatever and made it work so that it was approved in America. But it wasn't going to be, because it was considered dangerous to have that application on all millions of American phones.
I agree, but that's what I find so funny. Like China is so anti-crypto. Like they're trying to get rid of, and the only thing.
But they're making their own.
My point.
They're anti-crypto. They're banning Bitcoin and all these things, but they're trying to make their own digital yen, I believe.
They literally, and that's the thing. And right now, China has us over a barrel. Has us completely over a barrel. Why? Well, the problem is fossil fuels. We're not going to be running our cars off fossil fuels here in about 10 years.
Nope.
Thing is it's just not. And the problem is China holds, guess what? All the lithium that we need for batteries. So since China has all the lithium, and electric vehicles were supposed to take off sometime last year, but couldn't because of a chip shortage between Intel, AMD, and NVIDIA. Right. They couldn't produce the chips for the cars. So it had to get pushed back. That's why Tesla stock, not financial advice, I'm going to say that now. People getting in right now, there's a good chance that company is going to be sitting up somewhere near Amazon type prices. Think about it. I mean, Tesla's doing things right now with cars, space. I mean, they're literally healthcare. I mean, neuroscience. It's insane what they are doing as one company. They have branched off so fast, so quick, and are growing. It's insane. It's insane. And they keep trying to regulate Elon Musk. They keep trying to regulate him, and he just keeps throwing up the finger and doing something else.
Interesting you mentioned Elon Musk, because he is a big staple in the cryptocurrency world.
Huge.
What do you think about his impact and his influence to be able to almost push prices up or down depending on things that he says?
It's almost scary, to be honest with you. It really is. It's almost scary. It really is. That amount of power to any one person who literally can put a dog in a rocket, can send any price of anything up 25 to 100% is just ludicrous. Now, don't get me wrong. He has worked himself for that power. I take nothing away from that man, because brilliance is an understatement. It's a complete understatement when we talk about Elon Musk. The guy is seeing, people talk about inside, outside the box. I think the question's bullshit to me. It really is. There is no box. You know what I mean? There really isn't. You're limitless. Your thought process is limitless. Anything that you focus and concentrate on, you're limitless. So he has understood that, and he really has. No matter what regulations, no matter what they've tried to put on him, okay, rockets, I'll put more up. I'll send more satellites. I'm going to put more low orbit satellites, and we're going to have autonomous cars running everybody around the roads. I promise. And this is the funny part. Everybody doesn't. And hear me out. 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 Now, right? Hear me out. Now, Tesla's really the first autonomous vehicle that has really taken over the roads, that literally can drive by itself and all that. Now, imagine 5-6 years from now, you buy a $35,000 Tesla. Now, you go to work, you come home, you hit a button that says fleet mode. The car backs out of your driveway, goes back out, and turns itself into an Uber. You're making about $30,000, $35,000 a year.
Wow.
Just by going to sleep. That's passive income. If you ask me.
Literally.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
That's earning money when you're sleeping.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So that is what Tesla and this whole thing with Hertz and all the thing that just happened with this commercial and Elon being in trouble. It's crazy. It's crazy that it's happening a lot faster. It's actually happening faster than I am. I have a really good friend of mine who's in the trucking business, and I literally just over the last few months I was like, listen, man, it might be time to start looking for something else. I know you got a wife and kids.
That shit is about to be done.
It's done. There already are companies
Automated.
right now established. One of the companies is called Workhorse. They're literally building these 18-wheel trucks that are going to be running the roads. And why? Unfortunately, I hate saying it because there's a downside. Anytime you minimize humans, you're minimizing family incomes.
Yes,
You're minimizing work. You're minimizing those things. So it's tough. But I told them, I'm like, listen, why would a company pay somebody they got to pay insurance for? All right, you're cutting insurance premiums. You don't have to worry about somebody falling asleep. You don't have to worry about are there going to be accidents? Of course. Of course there will be. But I guarantee the companies are going to go with the AI over the human. We're already seeing it. We're seeing it in front of you every day. Listen, when's the last time you walked into a drugstore and you weren't having automatic scan? You don't talk to anybody now.
Yeah.
You don't say nothing. Everything's automated
Those
anyway.
days are done.
Everything's automated anyway. You know?
I agree.
Shit, you even got self-checkouts.
That's what I'm saying. So it's really, really, really interesting. You know what I mean? It's just where it's going. Like I said, it's limitless.
So let's skip back to your
Digital limitless. Absolutely.
Yes.
And that's where the NFTs come in. Because literally crypto was released before NFTs were, because they're the fundamental basis of how the NFT will be moved. It's just part of the blockchain, and each one has its own little curve. Think about an 8-lane highway that just goes figure eights and just literally goes different directions, but they all have a beginning and end regardless. You know, there is two people that have to make a connection. They have to be a yes and a no.
That's a very interesting way to put it. So you're saying that the cryptocurrency is like a direction that it has to go. You have to go down the hallway, but you could take whatever kind of
Absolutely.
wiggle
No.
that you wanna
Absolutely.
go down.
No.
So
It's
platforms or just
no,
different ways to get to the end.
There's different ways to get to the end. There's different ways to get to the end. But see, here's the thing: there's platforms, and that's what Ethereum kind of showed everybody. Now everybody's copying Ethereum. Now the problem with Ethereum is it's slow.
And then
I heard a lot of people lose money on that.
It's Ethereum. Not right now. They're
I
not.
got some
Not right
money.
now?
I think it's up
I
right
got
now.
some money in there.
But
You know, and you know what's funny? And people said this about Bitcoin, and when it was at $400 or $500 in 2008 or 2012, whenever it was, and then you know what, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. I got a buddy that bought it 7,000. You know, and he got in heavy at 7,000, and now he's sitting up where 65,000. You know, and it's happened in less than like a year and a half that you've seen prices go. And have you ever seen that in your life? If anything, it's the transformation of wealth is incredible and your mind can't wrap around the numbers. I think that's the part that interests me so much. And it's not even just the money. It's more of how grand of a scale that our minds can't even wrap around. It can't, like your mind can't wrap around the number zeros that are going on in digital space right now. And a lot of majority of people are just sitting here. Just sitting, just not even knowing what's going on in front of them. And that's what I was talking to him. And if anybody could come and literally have this moment and understand where we are right now and how we met, it would be incredible. And to even think that this is taking place right now, you know. But it's a trip. Now the NFT and the crypto world is just, it's exciting. You know, it's exciting to know your place in history, that you're part of it. You know, whether it was anybody in history, just know it.
And that's I think because you're a creator also. We're all creators. You create NFTs. What is that process like? Because I know it's like art. So you're an artist, or?
No, I would not call myself an artist in the least. In the least. My problem is I'm horrible with a pencil. I'm horrible with a pen. Literally, if I tried showing...
a lot of mediums. There's a lot of different mediums of art.
I had to learn that about myself. I did not believe that about myself at all. I literally didn't. I did not believe that I was creative. I didn't believe I could be artsy. But I knew I had imagination. And that's where everything starts.
Right.
Because imagination is literally a preview of life's coming attractions. There's nothing you're looking at in the world that was not at one time in somebody's imagination. You can't tell me anything is not possible.
Thought of it.
Right.
You won't say it. I won't believe it. You could say it. I mean, but it literally you can literally say it. There's nothing that you're going to look at that wasn't in somebody's imagination.
Right.
You just won't. Because it wasn't.
That's incredible.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's in terms of just what crypto and NFTs can do for people. My goal, I'm not gonna lie, it's huge. It's a big, huge huge goal.
What's your goal? What's your goal?
To eventually feed 40 million people.
Woo! We gotta get to the bag.
You know what I mean? And to eventually feed 40 million people. And I think the NFTs are a great possibility to provide the pathway to do it.
So how can people get into this?
How can people get into this? Well, where NFTs are today and where they're going to be are two completely different things. So a lot of people, what they're doing right now is have their mind wrapped around just money. Mm-hmm. I get all that, but like I said again, when the internet, before they didn't believe in it, there was also a bubble.
Understood. Yes.
There was also a bubble that popped. So I think that's what we're in now. We're in the beginning. We're in the very beginning, and there's going to be companies that are going to make it like Google. There's going to be companies that are going to almost make it like Yahoo. And then there's going to be almost companies who like sex.com or love.com or Sick.org are going to become nothing. And they were paid $50 million for sex.com. And it literally for nothing.
Interesting.
And I think the same thing's going to happen with NFTs.
Interesting.
Wow.
So we're in the beginning stages of a bubble.
We're in the infancy where companies haven't even really been established.
Yes,
the only two out in front are just Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's it. That's all really people know about.
Mm-hmm. But there's others like Solana and
big one, absolutely, Chris. Yes.
Weird ones like Harvest Finance. That's I hear DeFi or what is that?
It's a staking token, and that's another thing about crypto that other people don't understand is. Banks today, if you go to Wells Fargo, you go to all these banks, Bank of America, you get maybe 1.5% on your savings or any of these things.
Yeah,
all right?
Yeah. You're not gonna make
anything in savings account. And let me tell you something, you're losing 2% on your money
Yeah.
anyway every year.
Yeah.
Okay, it's deflation. No matter what, so you're losing money. And then people talk about being scared of the stock market. Well, you know what? The S&P 500 has returned 8 to 10% every single year. But somehow people tell you, keep your money, it's gambling. Well, I think the wealthy people that are sitting there putting that shit out are disagreeing because while you lose money in a savings account, they're making money in the stock market. Now, am I saying you're going to make stock money if you just put it in? No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying if you do some research and you really try to get a basis understanding for it, you'll make money. Yeah. You will. You will.
At the very least, go give your money to a professional to invest for
Very
you.
well said. Actually, you know what? Absolutely. No financial advice coming from me. That's not really what I was intending to do.
After you do a lot of your due diligence and you understand the processes of trading, you have to do your homework, or else you're going to lose all your money.
Very well said. Very well said. Very well said. And
then,
absolutely
once you are informed enough to make your own decisions, if you want to go that route, you can go 2 routes. Pay for it or do your homework.
Absolutely.
3 routes or go.
You still end up having to do your homework.
No, absolutely. You're absolutely right. And that's, I should have started with that. And that is absolutely true. Do not put anything in the market you're not willing to lose. And that's something I usually tell him. I've told him, and he lives this YOLO thing that drives me nuts. and it literally drives me crazy because I'll come up to him with an idea. And I'd be very aware what I say to this guy. Because even if I have an idea, I'm like, I can't say it. I can't say it because
this nigga do it tomorrow.
And I kid you tomorrow.
Because he has nothing but good ideas.
I tell you. I said something to him. It
went 10 for 10.
5 minutes later, he comes over and he's like, YOLO, I threw it in. And I was like, dude, I was just talking. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even say anything to him.
You're always on your wild shit.
But yeah, so it is a trip, and it is. You're right. You're absolutely right with that. I'm glad you threw that in because I get to this point where I'll just keep running, and sometimes I need to be caught. So
no, you did great.
I don't mean it like that.
And
it's my own personal knowing that I'll do it myself. Like believe me, it's not even you saying it. It's just I know I do it.
You did absolutely nothing wrong, sir.
No, at all.
I'm just saying.
Trust me, very informative.
We're trying to inform everybody about everything.
That's what I really want. I want. You know what? I really do. I feel like cryptos and NFT give. A lot of people are going to say it. It gives the average investor a chance. It does. It gives an average investor a chance because, I will say that the market, there are a lot of things that are corrupt. There's a lot of things that aren't right. And there's a lot of things that happen that shouldn't. And they're overlooked. They really are. And you're seeing them right now with GameStop and AMC.
Oh,
but nobody wants to talk about it. And that's fine.
Right?
Yes,
is that what that's called?
Absolutely. And
what's that about?
Well, what happens is when you go into a year like a pandemic and a company like AMC, another China-owned company, but we're not going to talk about that either. But you know, what I mean, we're not going to talk about that either. But you know,
we didn't say nothing.
You know, we're not going to talk about that either. But you know, so what happens is AMC knows what. If there's a lockdown on a country, nobody can go to movie theaters.
Wow.
So that means stock prices will go down. So what they did is they bet the puts on the company. They bet their company would lose. Now, during the pandemic, when you had a whole bunch of kids who realized what was going on and they had nothing else to do but sit on their computers, and they figured out, literally watched everything in 2009, not even kids, even people in their 30s watched 2009. There were people getting poured champagne on their families or their parents after they lost their jobs on Wall Street. We're like, you know, no, that's not what's going to happen. So you had a group of people get together on Reddit, started buying a stock at literally a couple bucks, and they got the price shot up to $72. I mean, you had millionaires made overnight. Overnight. And it's happening every day with crypto too. You know, it really is. It's happening every day with crypto. You know, the percentages we can't even wrap our minds around at all. At all. And I couldn't till, I'll be honest with you, a few months ago. You know, when a couple things started really, you know, making sense with a couple other things. And it really did. But the percentages people are making right now, your minds can't even wrap around the transformation of wealth right now.
1 cent, end up getting 99 cents.
But it's crazy.
2-3 years later.
It's crazy. It really is. It's like when that saying is, "We are Wall Street." They're not joking. When you see those shirts and you hear people talking about, "Oh, we are Wall Street. This is Wall Street." It is. Wall Street is the investor now. As soon as you had Robinhood and Webull and all these platforms open up, that's what you did. You handed Wall Street to the public. Right. You know, so it's just there's a lot of opportunity for ambitious people. I'll say this: disciplined, ambitious, driven people. There's opportunity.
What about
I
people
can't even understand.
That say, you know, crypto's just a fad. It's gonna go away. The market's gonna crash. You know, those are real legitimate fears to some people. What would you say to them?
They said the same thing to Jobs about Apple. They said the same thing to people about the internet.
But those are what Job, I guess.
And the iPhone. I'm telling you, they did. They laughed Jobs out when they introduced the iPhone. Then everybody said it was going to fail. Nobody believed in it. Nobody did. And literally now you got people standing outside 2 days in a row trying to get a phone.
Right.
You know, if you got a vision, follow it. You know, use your imagination. You know, whatever your imagination is, it's real. It's not hocus pocus.
You've used the word imagination a couple times.
I love the word.
I love the word.
I love the word. I'm in love with it. I've actually fallen in love with it. I've fallen in love with it because it literally is. I don't know if I had like this rap or I couldn't do something or I had this mentality from my childhood. I don't know what it was. You know, tell me I couldn't, or this voice I got that said I couldn't do this or you can't do that. I don't know what happened, but
you just woke up one day.
What honestly happened just like that? You're gonna laugh. I woke up one day and literally I went, I'm not gonna look back for pain anymore. If I'm looking back, I'm looking to learn. I'm not gonna live in pain anymore.
Like you started betting on yourself.
Yes, I'm not looking back for pain because I was tired of going to bed at night going, I should have done this. I should have been a better person.
Yeah.
You know, I should have done this, and I was just tired of it. I was so tired of it.
Right.
And I literally I kid you not, I woke up and I stood up and I remember looking out my window and just going, I'm either looking back for pain or I'm looking back to remember.
Right.
I go, and I'm not looking back for pain anymore.
No.
Right.
No. And I'm not looking back for pain. And since then, it has been a forward trip, and I'm very blessed, and I could not be happier. And you know, glory be to God, because without him, I wouldn't be it. So I can't even say it. You know how grateful I am. It's just been a crazy ride, and it's been a lot of fun.
Well, okay, so I actually picked up an NFT book the other day.
Yes.
And we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
It's a collectible. They are collectibles like Beanie Babies. People didn't know how popular Beanie Babies was going to boom, and it did. You had people making lines. People went to jail. People killed. Yes.
No, she's absolutely right. She's absolutely right.
So that's the layman terms.
So NFTs and collectibles.
So, and you say it's imagination, creativity. So it's basically anything you like to do, you believe in, and you just invest in and put out there?
Here's what it is, and this is what I mean about that bubble, and I don't mean to like try to confuse or anything like that. That bubble coming is
money has to come behind this also?
There already is, and there's absolutely infrastructure. All those things are already there. The infrastructure, everything's already there. It's just more something that's going on behind the scenes right now, and and when I say behind the scenes, I mean it's national, it's public,
Right.
but people aren't taking notice. They have that mentality of nothing's going to take over the dollar, and nothing's going to take over the dollar. It's just going to be a new form of income. It's going to be a new form of doing things. Yeah, it's going to be
And
a new
now
form
is
of
the
currency.
time to get in. Why not?
Oh yeah, well, absolutely. I would
different
say,
transaction.
I mean, why not?
Absolutely. And people, that's what I'm saying is a lot of the people see Bitcoin, Ethereum, they see $65,000 and $5,000. They're going, that's too much for me. There's coins right now that are a thousandth of a percent or a thousandth of a percent, and are making 300% gains.
Yeah. The other day I saw there's a little girl that she sells her paintings, and she's making millions of dollars.
Absolutely,
As a
absolutely,
NFT.
and that's what these people are doing. That's what these people are doing with these board yacht ape clubs and these lazy lions.
Jim Jones, I think he
Yeah,
put
yeah,
an
he been
NFT
on
out
that
too. Yeah, so
Oh, you're getting ready to see everybody's gonna have one,
Wow.
guys. Everybody, and you go on Twitter, and here's the funny
Talk
part.
to us about it.
And well, no, I'm serious. You know, you can go on Twitter, you know, and just put NFT platform, NFT, anything, and you'll see people from John Wall, basketball player, Russell Westbrook, all these guys. Oh, what's an NFT collection a good one to get into? What's this?
mhm.
Why? Because like we were talking about earlier, they got money management people who are literally telling them, listen, this is something you should get on before it gets too late.
Right.
You know what I mean? You really should get on this. And don't get me wrong, like the Amazons and the Googles, there's going to be companies out there like the Board Yacht Ape Clubs and Lazy Lions and all these crypto punks who Jay-Z's a big investor in. You know, they'll be the ones out there in front, and they're going to be the one. But there's a lot of money to be made for not just, you know, the highest of money, you know, coins.
Right. For
There's
any
a ton of
investor,
money
yeah.
to be made out there. You know, there really is.
You can start on a small scale. if
Yeah,
you want.
absolutely. Like I'm telling you, like what I'd like to do, and some people laugh, and I've actually, you know, it's funny. My own mom told me that literally this might not be a great idea, which I was like, I can't even let that in my brain right now. I'm like, I don't even want to hear that because I know it's going to try to derail my path.
Mhm.
You know, I would like to create somewhat of an NFT collection that paid its investors. You know, that reciprocated its investors just for owning the NFT. You know, I can't think of a better way to spread joy and have people realize you have to give in order to get.
Always have to invest.
You have to, and you know what I mean.
Everything's an
It's like
Comes back to
absolutely no.
We're
It really
gonna
is.
feed
It's
40
like-
million people.
You know what I
bro.
mean? That's what I'm saying. But I mean, think about it. When you
No
really
less, 40
yes,
million.
Word, bro.
I'm hoping more. I would hope more. I would love
Wow.
to up it, but I hope more. You know, but it's gonna happen. It's just how long it's gonna take. Well, we're gonna see. We'll see how long this thing seems to take off. I don't think it's gonna take long. I think I'm, you know, hopefully making the right connections and I'm in the right places, and I think it's gonna happen. You know, I really do. I've got a lot of faith in it, and like I said, God is good. So I can't say anything more than that. God is good, and He's been good to me, and I'm blessed and highly favored. So I know that. So
Facts.
you know.
If you don't want to
Crypto.
use the word God, it's the universe. It's the same damn thing.
Energy. It doesn't.
Whatever
Like I said, it's not
whatever
even just
energy
that. It's
you
just like you said.
use.
Like
It's the
you
same thing.
have a higher being, a spirit. It's
all
not.
connected.
It's not just, you know. Like I said, it's just wrong choice of words.
No, good
No,
choice
there's no
words. No,
wrong choice.
everything's
You know,
good.
wrong choice for
It's
certain
good.
things. It's just
You know.
like I said. It's just
Not at all.
it's limitless, and that's what I want people to
Limitless.
understand. I want people to understand that even the small guy, even the small girl, you know, the ones that think they can't, they have an opportunity
Yes.
You can be what you want to be.
any day,
You
every
just
day.
got to dream. You just got to imagine.
Get you some
Absolutely.
NFTs.
You
and
get to it, yeah.
You can be who you want to be.
Get in
Read
there.
some books.
If we all get in there,
And you can be who you
It's
want to
definitely
be, and
gonna
it
be
doesn't
good.
take long.
No,
You know how long it takes? Like,
That.
how long
I
could
mean,
you
it's-
think of just being more goddamn positive?
oh, absolutely.
Word.
And then that's it. You're there. You're who you are, who you want to be.
Get on that frequency.
Get on that level. Get on that vibe.
get on that vibe.
Thank you guys so much.
All
again.
right.
Nah, thank
guys
you,
so much.
man.
I can't even say
Listen to me,
Joe,
listen to me, man.
You
You
had
were
a
very
lot of- you
informative.
had a
I learned a
lot
lot.
of
I actually
information.
learned a
So-
lot.
You gotta come
all over the
back.
place.
No, I learned a lot.
Because I'm gonna go
I learned
read.
a lot.
I'm gonna go read.
I'm gonna give you. I'll
and
give you some
gonna-
stuff to read. I'll give you some stuff to read.
All right. Yeah,
I
definitely
appreciate it.
passing
Man, more
knowledge and
books.
information.
Man,
That
my
is
apartment
important.
looks stacked up with so many books. Oh my God, for
Definitely,
real.
we'll definitely get you head in the right direction.
Thank you.
All right,
Facts.
bro.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
But yo-
guys so much for having me, man.
Yo,
Yeah.
thank you for catching a vibe.
Oh no, I cannot say thank you
Word.
enough, man. Thank you guys for having me. I cannot thank you. Thank you.
All right.